We want to hear a scale that is legitimate with it. Our ears want to hear that, see. So this is a legitimate sound. And then that is. So they're legitimate sound. But then what happens when we put in stuff that isn't legitimate? Well, when you're note bending, it doesn't matter because you're already off. You're already going somewhere other than the note. Do you understand what I'm saying? So note bending is very important in blues because, first of all, it can take you away from the bass sound. It can take you off of that. So, yeah. So it gives you an opportunity to kind of slide into a note or out of a note, but it also produces this kind of ghostly siren wailing, banshee sound, which is, you know, in the subconscious of all humans is that sound behind it. It goes weird, eerie sound, see? So you add sort of kind of a supernatural effect, in a sense, to your song by doing a little bit of pitch bending, note bending, they call it. It's actually pitch bending. Now you can add quaver to it as well. There's two ways to get quaver, well, three ways that I know to get quaver. The first one is to go crosswise, like that. You're just pulling like this on it. The other way is to go lengthwise to the string. That's what I'll call it, the string. So, and you've seen classical guitar players do that. Oh, I just did a glissando. I want to show you how that works. Like that. You can use it to your distinct advantage in blues by going from here, B7th, and then just raising it half like this. So you go, and you go like that. We'll talk about those little tricks. I'll show you what the tricks are in a little further lesson. Meanwhile, the idea of garbage guitar is that you allow yourself the time and the note freedom to do whatever you want to do or whatever happens to happen during that little break that you take for yourself in that loop that we call lead. We'll talk about that. You're not going to do over leads. You're going to do leads that are responsorial. Again, we'll talk about all that stuff as we go. It's very important that responsorial becomes part of your language. So you understand what that is. That's going to be a lesson in itself, responsorial. It's based upon something. I'll explain to you what it's based upon. It comes from not just medieval times, it comes from ancient times, and it's part of ancient music, and it's very important. It's also part of ancient drama. We'll go into all of that in detail. Meantime, what I want to do is I want to give you kind of a little indication of what garbage guitar can do for you, even if you're an expert already. Because it has to do not so much with technical, in fact, nothing technical. There's nothing technical involved at all. We're playing Mississippi Delta right down here, open string, largely open string. Once in a while, we will take excursions into several other boxes and other kind of areas, transportative areas, but that's only very rarely and for very specific effect. Up there. Because get almost the effect there, open string. So it's not that big a deal. Every note, I want to point out almost every note on the guitar, except those high and low tones that can't be, but everything else, you can find the same note on a different string somewhere on the guitar. The same exact note. See, that's how you tune, actually. This is very primitive tuning, but it's called folk music tuning. You see what I'm doing? Here's the note on the E string. It normally E is this. stop it here, and that is on the, I stop it on the 5th fret, and it makes an A. I can check out my A, but here, yeah. Now, people will say, oh, why don't you use a tuner, damn it? The answer is because I often detune in front of an audience when I'm doing something. I might do some blues and I'll detune right in front of them and then tune back up again. See, have you ever done that? Or neck bending, that kind of thing. Well, yeah, that you have to hand tune it back in, and I'll do that during a performance. I'll take an opportunity and retune a string while I'm playing. Retune a string to where it needs to be. That's not that hard. You just have to learn to listen. All right, so. Now that's a little blues, funky blues in A minor. This is the blues in E7th. See? Now, I want you to go to the next lesson, because this lesson is going to be your very basic. I'm going to have you actually play something, try something, and you'll see how easy it is to get into garbage guitar and how easy it is to play with it, how incredibly effective it can be if you take the expectation of the audience off. And all you're going to do is remove the expectation that they're going to hear the hit single, because they're not. They're going to hear you playing what you want to play.